What's up guys and welcome to another Roblox episode. Today we are going to be playing building a boat for treasure because I am still in the works of making the biggest boat ever. Now somebody said in the comment section that it wasn't the biggest boat ever, but excuse me, I looked on YouTube and I haven't seen a boat bigger than this. I saw a boat where 4 people, like 4 or 5 people were working on it. And it wasn't even close to this size. It was like from here to like here. It wasn't even that big. So I don't know what he means by it's not the biggest boat. Hater! Haters! I'm gonna break this because I kind of messed up. The boat needs to go outwards, you know? And I was building it upwards. So that's not the right way to do it. It's also taking forever for everything to load in. I probably should have done this before. I can break that part. Let's start building it outwards, which we were supposed to do in the first place. With this. So it's just gonna keep going outwards. Out, 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 out. Because that's how a boat usually is built. Kind of like a stairway, in a way. I said I was gonna do a 3,000 sub special like a long time ago. But I keep forgetting. I don't even keep forgetting. I just I have it on my list, and then literally, it keeps getting pushed back because every day I'm thinking of something new in terms of what video to put out, and I'm like, man, if I don't do this now, then I'm never gonna do this. You know what I mean? The Diamond Kill Cart. He either likes Dan TDM or he wants to kill Dan TDM. I'm not sure which one it is. I can't let anybody mess with my boat, so obviously, yeah, I can't let him join. I think this is pretty big. I'm just trying to get the sizing. It might actually have to be a little taller, which means that I'm probably gonna have to spend a lot more Robux because I'm gonna need a lot more material, like a lot more. A little bigger. Biggest boat ever, guys, I'm telling you. We're gonna have to build it out. I do think it might need to be a little bigger. I got food stuck in my teeth, too. So, like, I'm talking, and I'm trying to get it at the same time. You know what I mean? Okay, I can't get it. Just gonna have to leave it in there. It's gonna annoy me. But it is what it is. Let's just keep it that length for now. And start putting the stuff side by side. 140. Not even close, boys. Not even close. When I got into the game, I was this close to saving over the file. I hit save, and I'm like, wait. Don't do that. Because if you do it, you might have to fall out the window on accident. And I might just have to kill myself. Build it ledge by ledge. It's gonna take a long time. But it is what it is. Past month has been pretty good in terms of my viewership and how many subscribers I've been getting. It's been pretty good. Been pretty happy with it, guys. You know, it's all because of, obviously, all because of you guys hitting the subscribe button. And no thanks to you guys hitting the dislike button. But, even Dennis gets dislikes. So I don't even care about dislikes anymore. They're just there. I actually used to get, on some of my videos, I used to get some dislikes that were more than likes. Like, I'd get 4 dislikes and 1 like. And I didn't know what to say to that. I didn't know how to react. I was like, man, feels bad. But you don't let that kind of stuff stop you. You see it, you work through it, you accept it, and you just move on. Move on. That's how you do it. That's how you do it if you want to reach to the medium area. Not the top, but somewhere around there, hopefully. I might never even get to the top. might never, ever. But, I mean, even if I get to, like, the middle area, I'd be pretty grateful. You know, I wouldn't be content, but I'd be very grateful. You know, I feel like people who are content don't try anymore. And that's, like, the worst thing to do. 3,000 so special, guys. It's gonna come soon. It's gonna come soon. And it's gonna... Oh, I got the food out of my mouth. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be... I need to spit this somewhere. Alrighty. This is gonna take forever. Well, that is why things that do not come easy are usually worth it, right? And that is why I'm spending this time building this humongous ship, which will hopefully not glitch on the way down the river. What you guys been up to? Why don't you guys let me know in the comment section below? Somebody left a story in my other gameplay. Thank you for that. I enjoyed that story. I read it. I read a lot of the comments. I might not respond to a lot of them, but I do read them, and I enjoy them. Not the ones that are mean, but the ones that are cool. I enjoy those. And I know a lot of you guys want me to play other games, or you'll like say, "Hey, what happened to that one other game that I was playing? What was it called? Fantastic Frontier." So some people ask me why I haven't been playing that. And, you know, it's just a lot of reasons why I don't play certain games. It either gets boring, or I just feel like there's not a lot to do in it, or I feel like if I do play it, I gotta, like, clickbait it. You know, because there's nothing to do. And I'd rather play another game than to clickbait, you know. But sometimes I clickbait, you know, because it's fun. You know, I'm not trying to do it to disappoint anybody. I'm just doing it because it's fun, in a way, to me, I guess. Now that we have gotten this far, we gotta spend the rest of our money on this epic chest. So I got 100 Robux, guys. So that means I could buy a couple more epic chests. Did I get any of this? This is all I really care about. Okay, I got 25 of these. That's good. That's amazing. Ugh, there. Gotta stretch your back sometimes, you know? Sitting too long. So my plan for this boat is after I build it, I'm gonna probably just leave it like this. You know, like it's gonna be empty. It's gonna be just very simple. But then after we make it down the thing to get the gold, hopefully we make it to the end with the boat. If we make it to the end, I'm probably gonna make it more sophisticated. Like what will I do? I'll build rooms inside of it, you know, kind of like, just like the Titanic, basically. Build rooms and build more stairways and just complicated stuff, more complicated stuff. Ah, messed up. Messed up again. Yeah, this is gonna be big. Look at this. Not even halfway yet. Oh, nobody's gonna be able to say this is not the biggest boat they have ever seen. You know what I should do for this game? Excuse me. What I should do instead of talking, I should just kind of like take away the webcam and then voice over the gameplay with like horror stories or interesting stories. Right? Wouldn't that be okay? Because there's not a lot that you guys are seeing here. It's mostly me just saying the same thing over and over, like, hey, we're almost there. We're almost done. Let's go. Oh my god, this is gonna be huge. Like, that's all I'm really saying over and over again in just a lot of different ways. I hope you guys didn't notice that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Is there anything more that I want to say before I start reading off some like horror stories or something. Because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just read off horror stories while this thing is being built. But of course, the first like 5 to 8 minutes is gonna be me talking to you guys, so you guys know that I'm here. You know, I wanna interact. I wanna respond to stuff. I wanna just, you know, be present for a little bit. But I don't need to be present for this whole thing. You guys know what I mean? I'm trying to think about what to say. Do I have anything else to say? Is there anything else? No, I don't think so. I think that's all. Well, actually, today I'm going to a wedding today. Later, so I'm doing this kind of early in the morning because I gotta get ready, all suited up and stuff. You know, I might take a picture of it and then post it up on Twitter or something to show you guys how fly I be sometimes. You know? Right, that's too much. Because I said I was gonna be fly, I'm probably gonna look ridiculous now. Alright guys, so this is gonna be me signing off on the webcam. I will voice over this thing with some horror stories or what kind of stories that seems interesting. Because there's just really nothing to say while I'm building this boat. Alright, so I will see you guys next time on the webcam. What's up guys? So this is just the audio portion of it. This is just, I'm talking over this game now. So this is not real time. This is just afterwards. I'm going to read a couple stories for you guys since there's nothing else to talk about. So let's go. First story is called The Cell Phone. A couple months ago, my friend's cousin, a single mother, bought a new cell phone. After a long day of work, she came home, placed her cell phone on the counter, and went to watch TV. Her son came to her and asked if he could play with her new phone. She told him not to call anyone or mess with text messages, and he agreed. At around 11:20 p.m., she was drowsy, so she decided to tuck her son in and go to bed. She walked to his room and saw that he wasn't there. She then ran over to her room to find him sleeping on her bed with the phone in his hand. Relieved, she picked her phone back up from his hand to inspect it. Browsing through it, she noticed only minor changes, such as a new background, banner, etc. But then she opened up her saved pictures. She began deleting the pictures he had taken until only one new picture remained. When she first saw it, she was in disbelief. It was her son sleeping on her bed. But the picture was taken by someone else above him, and it showed the left half of an elderly woman's face. Now that is creepy. That is... Oh my god, the picture that they have on here too? I'm pretty sure it's not the picture, but it's pretty scary. Second story is called Ghost Bro. My house was built in 1904. It was a single family home, wood frame setting on a concrete block foundation. I've been living here for about 12 years. Of all the weird things that my siblings and me have seen or heard in the house, this one event is my favorite. This happened to my brother. About 10 years ago, my brother and his best friends had started a garage band playing mostly Spanish rock. Alternative music, but in Spanish. His friends could only get together on Sunday afternoons. They would practice into the early evening, and they would usually call it quits by 8 p.m. This was the time I usually showed up and went to bed, because I worked the graveyard shift. This happened in late fall, so the days were getting shorter. They had just finished a long session when the decision to head to someone else's house came about. My brother handed his car keys to his buddy so they could load up the equipment. Everyone had filed out of the basement. But the tricky part was that they needed to walk all the way to the back of the basement, up the back stairs, through the kitchen doorway, down the hall into the living room, and out into the front porch. Everyone was outside sitting in my brother's truck waiting for him. My brother was walking up the back stairs when he remembered that he had left his pancakes in the to-go container sitting on a speaker in the basement. He made the decision to go back. Now the basement is not clean. With full sight lines, there has been partitions made, and the boiler and main heating unit are right smack in the middle. So basically what they're saying is the basement is really messy. So after my brother walks back, he's about to retrieve his food container when out of the corner of his eyes, he sees it. It is a shadowy figure right at his peripheral vision. The This feeling of dread and uneasiness washed over my brother. We had been taught that if you are in the presence of a spirit or ghost, and you felt a bad vibe, to say a quick prayer or to cuss at it. Okay, that's so weird. My brother chose the latter. He basically just told it, hey, F you, I don't have time for this bleep. My brother started to walk to the back of the basement and briskly up the stairs, closing doors and turning off lights as he was walking out. The last switch is on the opposite side of the front door. Luckily, the door was open and the light from the street lamp was flooding the living room with its amber light. My brother said he felt something at his back, but at no point did he turn around. As he flicked the last switch, the living room went dark, and so did the rest of the house. As he stepped out, he pulled on the door, closing it behind him. Still holding his food container in one hand, he jogged down the few porch steps. He walked towards the front gate. Our house resides far from the main street, essentially having a large front yard, but no rear garage. As he closed the gap between himself and his friend-laden truck, he kind of smiled and thought things over in his head. Mad at himself for spooking out when there was no reason. Sorry guys, trying to move this real quick. He climbed into the driver's side of the truck, putting on his seatbelt and getting ready to pull out of the parking spot directly in front of the house when one of his friends asked, "Hey, what about your brother? Isn't he coming with us?" My brother answered, "What do you mean?" "He went to work early tonight. He's already gone. Do you see his car anywhere?" The next question they asked, "So then who was walking behind you when you were leaving the house?" Dang, and that was the end of that. That was kind of freaky. The rocking horse is the next story. One night, when I was maybe 10 or 12, I had trouble falling asleep. My bedroom was the entire top floor of our house, with my bed and such being on the left side and storage closets and a play area being on the right. I was lying in bed when I heard a noise from the other side of the room, and I see a rocking horse begin to rock. It was sitting just outside one of the storage closet doors. It proceeded to rock its way halfway across the room and stopped dead near under the ceiling light. At this point, I was freaking out and just buried my head under my blankets and never peeked out again until morning. It was all confirmed to not be a dream, as the rocking horse was still in the middle of my room when I woke up. Furthermore, I got a stern reprimand from my parents for being up out of bed playing with toys well past my bedtime. Their bedroom was directly below the storage closet play area and had heard the creaking of the rocking horse shuffling across the room. Now that is something freaky, guys. The following, my older sister had a ghost that's followed her for years. Now this third story is called The Following. I think we have time for about, maybe one more story. The older sister, okay, I'm start over. The older sister has a ghost that's followed her around for years. I lived with her once for about 3 months, and it's my older sister, not the older sister. And so much weird stuff happened in that time. All my sisters would say to me when I mentioned it was that her ghost didn't like me being there. Things like going to bed with everything locked up and switched off, and waking up in the morning with the back door open, lights on, and the kettle switched on. One night, my sister and I were getting ready to go out, and I asked her to borrow her liquid foundation. For guys, that basically means makeup. I used it and put it back where she kept her makeup. 10 minutes later, she's asking me for it, and it was nowhere to be seen. She accused me of taking it and made me buy her a new one. Oh god, my reading sucks. She accused me of taking it and made me buy her a new one, and refused to listen to my side of the story. About a year or so later, when she was packing to move to a new house, she found the makeup in a shoebox with some old letters. The shoebox was in a zipped up suitcase that was underneath her bed. But probably the most scared I ever felt was one afternoon when I was the only one in the house, which never happened as 4 other people lived there. I'd arrived home from work and headed straight to the bathroom. All the doors and windows, etc. were closed. I was standing in the bathroom and started squeezing a pimple on my chin when a female voice in the hall said, "Stop picking your zits!" It was loud enough and sounded real enough. And at the time, I thought it was my sister. So I laughed, told her to F off, and asked what she was doing for dinner. No answer. I stuck my head out into the hall. No one there. I searched the house, top to bottom, and there was no one home. I sat out on the front porch until someone else got home because I didn't want to be there by myself. That's kind of freaky. Oh god. I actually think we do have another time for one more. This one is pretty short. Wait, no, this one is really long. Okay, I'll read a pretty short one. It's called The Grandfather. My grandfather told me this story about how one time he was sitting in a chair in front of the house when he heard his wife repeatedly calling him from inside the house. The thing is, my grandmother passed away a few years before that, but he told me that the voice was so pressing that he actually got up to look inside the house, and as soon as he got inside, he heard a loud crash behind him, and turned around to see that the chair he has been sitting in moments ago has been crushed by the cast iron gutter that fell on it. If he hadn't come inside the house, he would have been seriously injured. I don't know if it's paranormal or not, but every time I think about it, it sends chills down my spine. One thing, guys, never talk when you have a fan blowing directly in your face, because all that wind is gonna go straight down your throat, and your throat's gonna be super dry. I had a really hard time reading that one because I wanted to cough so bad in between those, but I wanted to finish it without ruining it. All right, so let's see. This is we only got about like 2 minutes left. I'm probably gonna fast forward the video. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, make sure to hit that like, and I will see you guys next time. Much love.